BRC-11, local first.
Lancaster Stands Up is standing silently today as they call for Congressman Smucker to unendorse President Trump. I'll give you more details later.
Plus, a local gym owner is concerned with a possible chicken butchering plant going beside his business. But we begin tonight with dozens of protesters standing together in silence outside of Congressman Lloyd Smucker's office. Good evening, I'm John Buffone. Lancaster Stands Up called an emergency all-day silent witness outside of Congressman Lloyd Smucker's office today, and this follows President Trump's recent press conference on the violence in Virginia. Taylor TOWNSHIP was there today and has more.
This is our gift to everybody that's been hurting and struggling, that we can be silent with you and feel your pain.
Silence filled the streets as Lancaster Stands Up called for President Trump to step down, just hours after putting blame on both sides for the violence in Charlottesville, Virginia.
Honestly, white supremacists have organized for their cause in the shadow that he cast. This is the President of the United States of America in 2017. It's time for him, for the good of the country, to step down. So we're calling on Representative Smucker to unendorse him.
Silent protesters held signs outside of Congressman Smucker's office calling for him to unendorse President Trump. Smucker has condemned white supremacy and the president's latest statement, but for Lancaster Stands Up, it is not enough.
Representative Smucker endorsed President Trump. He campaigned for him. And finally, yesterday, he did criticize him for the past couple of days, but it's a little too little too late. This is a moment not just to critique the language of the president. This is a moment to say enough is enough.
While Congressman Smucker has declined to hold town meetings, his office released a statement saying, Congressman Smucker respects everyone who peacefully exercises their First Amendment rights and welcomes input from all of his constituents. His office is always open to anyone who wants to speak about their concerns, whether they agree or disagree. For NELLY, TORRES, today was about more than the sign she was holding.
To stand up for what's right and to stand up against hate. I love y'all for that. It means that I'm not by myself, that we're not alone in this pain, that we can come together and not hate each other, but love each other. And if you hurt, I hurt.
And while there were no words spoken, the message was loud and clear.
Take a stand, do something, be a leader, and not condone this any further. Unendorse him.
Reporting in Lancaster, Taylor TOWNSHIP, News 11.
Lancaster Stands Up is hosting a forum September 16th for people to ask questions, raise concerns, and meet the congressional candidates for the 2018 ballot. Well, tonight the Warwick Board of Supervisors presented their joint application for the LITITZ-run TMLD Nutrient Sediment Plan and the Chesapeake Bay Pollutant Reduction Plan. Municipalities are required every 7 to 10 years to send the DEP an outline of results and possible improvements for water conservation.
As far as Warwick Township, I mean, we've been, for the past 20 years, been very active in watershed management. So I think there's strong support. We just recently completed an inventory of all our farms, 120 farms within the township, and the results were very positive. You know, many of the farmers are already fully implementing their conservation plan.
A requirement of the upcoming cycle is to reduce sediment loading by 10%, phosphorus loadings by 5%, and nitrogen loadings by 3% for both local impaired waters with the considerations to the Chesapeake Bay. A Manheim Township woman who went missing on Saturday was found by police early this morning. We told you yesterday that authorities had declared 66-year-old Susan Ann Donovan an endangered missing person. Reports stated she left her personal care facility on Saturday and never returned. Donovan was found at 4:15 this morning unharmed and has since returned home. The EPHRATA Police Department has announced that a portion of their parking lot is now a meetup place for online buyers and sellers to complete transactions. The department has partnered up with mobile marketplace OfferUp to sponsor the area to help provide a safer place for in-person transactions. There is a meetup spot sign in the parking lot of the northern side of Borough Hall. Well, we felt a little more heat today, but what can we expect for the second half of the week? Meteorologist Dave Allen has our first look at the forecast.
First Look Weather is brought to you by The Wagon at Weaver Markets. Check out weavermarkets.com for this week's menu.
That's right, John. It was a beautiful day today, more on the summery side than anything. And guess what? We have more warm weather tomorrow, but with it comes the chance of some showers and thunderstorms. In fact, we have a couple of unsettled days to talk about, but guess what? We have a beautiful weekend in store. I'll have details on that and a glimpse of what to expect for the eclipse on Monday coming up. John.
Sounds good. Thanks, Dave. Police transmissions in Lancaster County are set to be encrypted to the public starting November 1st. But as News 11's Brendan Leslie explains, emergency medical service leaders are worried that might make their jobs more dangerous.
We're on the streets, working side by side with the police department, front line on all these dangerous situations you see on the news.
Darryl Fisher is the president of the Lancaster County EMS Council, and his main worry is that his crews will show up to a scene that they believe is safe when in fact it's not.
We're there in the forefront with the police department. Being able to hear those details as they unfold really helps us to prepare for those incidences, what we're pulling into and how to operate.
Back in the spring, the Lancaster County Commissioners voted in favor of encrypting police transmissions. Commissioner Dennis Stuckey says they don't have plans at this time to alter their decision.
It seems to me that they still have adequate amounts of information to make decisions on what they need to do at a scene if they're called out.
But Fisher disagrees. The Lancaster County EMS Council is still hoping the commissioners allow them to have access to those encryptions on their radios.
It's the delay in communication between us and the police department. We're not asking for them to take away the encryption. In fact, we supported that as an EMS council. What we're asking is to be able to decrypt it on our county radios.
Reporting in Lancaster, Brendan Leslie, News 11.
Commissioner Josh Parsons will be out for the next week, but when he returns, there may be a discussion on this issue. And remember, you can connect with us here at News 11 anytime, anywhere by liking us on Facebook at Blue Ridge News 11 or find us on Twitter at BRC-TV11. There we will have constant updates on breaking news and weather stories throughout the day. Well, stay tuned to the Evening Report. More local news is coming up after the break. The LITITZ Lions Club car cruise kicked off tonight. We'll get you in on the action. Plus, the EPHRATA Pioneer Fire Department receives a generous donation from a local business. And later in sports, Brian Cast will tell you all about Millersville Field Hockey's quest to defend their PSAC Conference Championship. The LITITZ Lions Club held their annual car cruise tonight on Main Street in Lititz. Over 200 vehicles were on display, and our videographer Kevin Hallman was there to capture the excitement and exhaust.
As you can see with the car show, there's a wide variety of different types of vehicles around. So it's good to interact with the other people that are involved in the car show and get some feedback on what they're doing. And I'm always willing to try and learn as much as I can about what's happening in the car scene. Always wanted a project to work on, so I spent about 2.5 years putting the thing together the way I wanted to. Nice to go out and cruise around and have fun.
It's fun to see how you could appreciate something from so long ago, and today we're so caught up in everything that's new, like new technology, new this, but you get to see like the beauty that we capture from the past, and I think that's really cool.
I come here every year. This is probably my 5th year here. I come and look for my favorite car, a 66 Chevelle. I just see all my friends out here. I'm from Lititz. I'm a Lititz native. Run around, see all my friends, and check out the cars, man.
What I have here is a 1982 DeLorean. It's neat, okay, it's unique, it's Back to the Future, and it's basically a big boy's toy. It's fun to have, it's fun to, come into people and say, okay, yeah, it is Back to the Future.
The EPHRATA Township Zoning Board has approved a company's request to establish a chicken processing plant on Alexander Road. Tyler Tratine owns CrossFit EPHRATA on Alexander Road and has voiced concerns over how the new plant could affect his business.
In a CrossFit gym, we always have the doors wide open, so we're always just getting airflow coming in, and if the business is really close, that's our big concern, that there would just be odor coming from it, or it'd be just tough for us. We do a lot of working out outside too. I don't have anything against their business. I hope they find a good spot for their business. I just don't want it to negatively impact us here.
The approval of the plant includes guidelines including the number of chickens allowed to be processed per day, as well as no outside storage of any kind. The EPHRATA Pioneer Fire Department is in the midst of their annual fund drive to raise money for the department. Officials say they recently received a $25,000 donation from Summers Trucking in EPHRATA, which they will be putting towards purchasing a new pumper engine. The new truck costs $618,000, and President Jim KIEFER says he hopes other local businesses hear this story.
We are asking those companies, there's a lot of other smaller companies out there or franchise, that they remember the fire company that protects them. They also have the same hazards of anybody else. So we'd like to have them participate in our fund drive, that we are able to do what we need to do.
KIEFER says the fire department is also hoping to build an addition on the side of the current building because they are running out of room. If you want to support the Pioneer Fire Department, they are holding a chicken barbecue at their station on State Street this Saturday. Everyone is welcome to attend. Well, Dave Allen will be back after the break with his complete weather forecast. And later on, we'll tell you about a new treasure hunting trend that's popping up in Lititz and why it rocks. Lancaster County is the home to a new trend. It's called the Hide a Rock game. If you find one of these painted rocks, pick it up and look underneath. It should have a positive message and the name of the Facebook group to join that gives you hints on where to find more of them. This month alone, Julius Sturgis Pretzel Bakery in Lititz has spotted 2 of them near their iconic statue.
Well, we're definitely one of the icons of Lititz, so I think that's what's attracting people to come to see us. I think it's great, getting people together, getting them out, getting them moving them, getting them exploring. I think it's a wonderful thing.
This game was started in hopes to spread joy throughout the community and get residents out to explore.
John, I may or may not have hit a rock in the studio.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
You better get to looking, man.
Sure, it has a very positive message.
It does.
Well, until next time, I'm John Buffone.
I'm Brian Cass. We'll see you tomorrow.